The Appalachian Mountains are composed of so many historic places. The RawlsHotel in Enterprise, Alabama is an amazing example. This historic hotel lies on the southern end of the state and was built in 1903. Appalachia, the mountains, are like no other. From its rigid terrain, beautiful wildlife, to the people that live their lives here, to the strange, unexplained stories that folks share. Join me while I share this amazing place, one story at a time. Before we talk about the hotel, we need to find out, how did this place come about and who made it? Japheth Rawls was the first owner of the hotel. He wanted a place where all the folks from Enterprise could have entertainment, as well as a place for weary travelers to lay their head as they make their way. Who was Japheth Rawls? He was born August 16th, 1837 in Virginia. His parents were Elisha and Margaret Rawls. He and his siblings grew up in Virginia, but then Japheth fell for Elizabeth Cox and they married in 1871. The two moved to Enterprise soon after, where he would develop the turpentine plant and become a doctor. That's when he came up with the ideal for the hotel. When it was originally opened, it was named after the first general manager, James McKee, naming the hotel the McKee Hotel. It was a two-story stucco brick hotel with a second-story awning. The hotel was the social center of the community. It had an amazing chandelier, beautifully carved columns, also a tiled floor porch with 3 arches. It had a walkway leading directly to the train station, making it easily accessible to the travelers. It was an amazing place. It operated under Japheth Rawls for 25 years, until his death, February the 2nd, 1925. He never had any children, but he grew very close with his nephew Jesse and left the hotel to him. 3 years after the passing of his uncle, Jesse renovated the hotel, adding a 3rd story and changing the exterior of the hotel into a Spanish Mission style exterior. It was modeled after a Florida hotel. The interior had rare teak, cherry, and chestnut wood, making it a timeless beauty. Jesse was the pioneer in the electricity in the town, so the hotel could have electric lighting and heated grates. It had 55 rooms and 50 baths, circulating cold water, bedside lamps, a desk phone, and the rates were only between $1.50 and $2.50 at the time. The hotel prospered for years, but sadly, in the 70s, the hotel closed. It quickly fell into disrepair. That's when Hayden Pursley, a retired soldier, purchased the place and restored the hotel. September 17, 1980, the hotel was placed on the National Register of Historic Places. Today, several businesses find their home inside the hotel. Of course, a hotel of this stature, with its history, has to have some unusual things go on. Visitors have reported hearing children laughing from the halls, though they are empty. An old man in overalls smoking his pipe has been seen traversing the halls. A psychic visiting claimed Japheth and his wife still oversee the place long since their passing. One person reported being pushed while on the second floor landing overlooking the stairwell. There seems to be a story that may give an explanation of why that occurred. It's told a lady and her lover stayed at the hotel on that very floor. The lover must have not been so in love, because it's told he pushed her over the edge of the second-story stair rail. She fell to her death, dying immediately upon impact. There are stories from employees that have been told as well. Employees working on the third floor have reported little children's feet running up and down the hall, but when they look to see where they are, there is no one there. Also, while an employee was cleaning a restroom, she closed the door behind her as to block entry to the patrons. Out of nowhere, the sound of footsteps came close to the door. Then the handle started rattling. This startled her, so she opened it to see who it was. But when she opened the door, there was no one there. There you have it, the history of Japheth Rawls and the RawlsHotel. I just wanted to take a minute here at the end of the video and remind you folks, historic Appalachian buildings are disappearing day by day. But I'm so thankful for the people that are taking these old historic Appalachian buildings and turning them into bed and breakfasts and even museums, such as the RawlsHotel. They invited local businesses to move in, as well as open the Rawls restaurant. Well, hopefully you enjoyed this video as much as I did making it. Appreciate you watching. Appreciate you listening. We love you to pieces, and I'll see you next time.